guys, it's Kylie. Welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, be sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on anything fun we do here on my channel. Today we are going to do just a quick walkthrough of how to get this look. We have covered pretty much every step in the Back to Basics series of how to do your makeup, from lips to contour to highlight, eyebrows, everything. So this video we are throwing it all together so you can see me do it all in one step instead of little steps here and there. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. We do have a couple more videos left in the Back to Basics videos that have to do with skincare and brushes and more, but I wanted to get this one out of the way so you can see each step put together. So without further ado, let's just see how we came up with this look. I know I didn't show a picture of it, but I'm starting with the Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer. It's just my favorite pore filling smoothing primer. And then taking the Too Faced Do You foundation, which is also my favorite. And I like to put mine on the back of something hard that can easily be cleaned off. I used to put it on the back of my hand, but then my hand soaks in part of it, so just putting it on a flat surface like a piece of glass, or in this case it was my other foundation. And then I use a beauty blender that is slightly damp, not fully damp, and then just pounce that everywhere. And I ended up doing probably like 2 layers of it. And then I use the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. It's actually the brightener, and I just put that under my eyes, on my eyelids, the forehead, Cupid's bow, and a little bit down the nose just to help brighten up a little bit, cover some dark circles. I don't use a whole lot of this. I've got dry skin, so I don't want to overdo it. Plus I wanted a lighter coverage day. And then I take my COTY AIRSPUN powder, and then the way I apply this is with a beauty blender, and I use the baking technique where I pack it under my eyes and then basically everywhere that I just put the concealer. But instead of leaving it on for a long time, I wipe it off right away with just a powder brush. I'm using the Luxie 516 Duo Fiber brush, but just any fluffy brush will do just to wipe it all off. And then I kind of pat it all over the rest of my face with anything extra on there just to set everything else. Then I'm taking the Highlight and Contour palette by IBY Beauty and just taking the lightest contour shade in there. Going across the cheekbones for the contour. I'll do my forehead, my temples, the jawline, and then I go in with an eyeshadow brush as well, and then I'll contour the nose a little bit. Any eyeshadow brush. This one's actually a little bit too big, I think. I definitely need a smaller one, but I mean, it did the trick. And then after I apply that, I take another brush with no product on it and go over it just to try to blend it out a little more. And then I also take the beauty blender and pounce that over top just to make it not so harsh. Then I'm taking my, what kind of blush is this? L'Oreal Tropic Hues Baked Blush. I love this. And then just a Sonia Kashuk blush brush. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills AMREZY highlighter. It is so beautiful. I just put this on the high points of my cheekbones, down the nose a little bit, Cupid's bow. I pinch the brush when I do the bridge of my nose, so it's not the full fluffy brush. Oh, also I'm using the MORPHE M510 for that. And then I use my MORPHE Continuous Setting Spray. I love this stuff, but it does tend to cake up in the spout, and it kind of like shot at me instead of doing the good spray it normally does. Then I take the iconic London eyebrow cushion. I believe this is the shade medium. This is my new favorite eyebrow product. I'm so used to using eyebrow pomades, and I love those so much, but this just, it goes on so fast and easy. So there's both brows done. And then popping into the eyes, this is the Ace Beauty palette. And starting with the shade Patchouli on a flat packing brush, I just pack this all over the lid, a tiny bit in the crease with this as well. And then I move on to the Morphe M433 brush, going in the shade Clove, and I put this all over in the crease, bringing it up a little bit towards the eyebrow, just outside of the crease a little bit, and just continue blending that in until I like it. In the palette, it looks more orange than it does on camera as well. I feel like the camera distorted the colors more. Then I take the Morphe M433 brush And then going in with the same color, I'm just intensifying the color, mostly in the outer corner and slightly in the crease as well, but I'm not taking it up as high. I'm just focusing it really in the crease and not above. And then I switch back to the M441 and blend that out more. Then I take the M167 Morphe brush with the shade Jasmine, spritz a little bit with the MAC Prep and Prime, and then pack this all over the lid. The MAC Prep and Prime just helps intensify that shadow even more. With these type of shades, if you take it just plain, it might not show up as well. So either you can take your finger or some MAC Fix Plus or any spray. Then I am taking the Morphe M321 with the shade Clove again, just intensifying the crease a little bit more, and then going back and forth with all the shades just to make sure they're all blended out. Then I take the M507 in the shade Poppy. This is more of a burgundy shade, and then just put it in the outer corner. This eyeshadow look also is pretty much the same as the one I did for the Back to Basics series, just using different colors. So as long as you can follow that, you can follow this one just as well. It's just a lot of back and forth blending and bringing colors back in, you know, just, you know, working it all out. Then back with the Morphe M433 in the shade Patchouli, I'm just going underneath the eyes just to create just a little bit of a base color to blend everything else on top of under the eyes, and then going into the shade Clove on a packing brush. It's a dense packing brush, and then I'm going to sweep that under the eyes. I'm not bringing it down too far just because I don't want it like super smoky, but I want a little something something under the eyes. So going back and forth with the two brushes. Then on a flat definer brush, I take the shade Cinnamon. It's just a brown shade, and I try to get it as close to the waterline as I can, kind of creating an eyeliner effect. And then I will go back and blend this out as well to make sure it's not a super harsh line, just help smoke it out a little bit more. And then again with the shade Poppy with the M507, bring in that, mostly keeping it in the outer corner of the lower lash line. I'm not taking it into the inner corner. I'm not keeping it in the very far. Then taking the Cover FX palette. This is the Perfector face palette and using the shade Moonbeam. It is a perfect inner corner highlight shade, so I use it for the inner corner of my eyes and the high points of my brow bone as well, and it looks fantastic. This is the L'Oreal Lash Paradise liquid liner. It's definitely not my favorite liquid liner just because I feel like it dries out pretty fast. Like when you first take it out and put it on the eyelid, it goes on okay, but then you have to put it back in the bottle and shake it up quite a bit, and it kind of tugs at the lash or at the eyelid. So definitely not my favorite, definitely not the worst either for the price point. It's not horrible, but there's definitely better out there. So I definitely like the look a lot better with eyeliner. It gives it a little more something. So trying to do a little baby wing. I don't look good with big wings, so this is all we got. The mascara I used was not a good mascara, so I didn't show it. I screwed up and put it on my eyelid as well. Tried to fix that, and clearly I did not fix it very well. So this is what I got so far, and then we're going to dive into lips using the Hank & Henry liquid lip in the shade Petal Pusher. And after starting to apply this, I realized, oh no, you are terrible at applying lipstick. You probably should have used a lip liner. And I regretted it soon afterwards. But the shade is absolutely gorgeous. I'm just terrible at applying lipstick and definitely need to use a lip liner more often. So this is it. That doesn't look terrible, I guess. I mean, you know, thumbs up. Woo! We're done. This is the final look we came up with today. I hope you end up liking this look. I think it's pretty nice, other than the mascara that I got all over the eyelid and ruined. Other than that, I think it's pretty cool. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of the other ones. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.